Hello travelers, this is going to be the elemental earth reading for September 2022. I know it's the middle of the month, but I think that's going to be okay. This is for the signs of Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. You can also look at this if you have an earth moon, okay, or an earth rising sign. And if as an earth sun, this doesn't resonate with you, please check back to the other elemental readings that correlate to your moon and rising sign. I cannot believe we're already in the middle of September. It's just nuts. That means fall's going to be here pretty soon and winter's coming, and then we're going to be in 2023. Isn't that crazy? So I have with me the Radiant White deck. I have with me the La Vida Sibila for clarification should I need. And I'm using the Golden Nostradamus, but that may change. We'll just see what the story is, okay? This is not for necessarily any particular time frame. I'm saying September, but it could be into October all the way out to November. So we'll just see. Okay, let's turn the camera around. There is no timing in the tarot. None whatsoever. I'm going to do another, this is a mini cross. There's no timing in the tarot. So the fire reading was really wonderful. All right. Here we go. What is at the heart of the situation? Well, now, justice. What is the foundation energy of this particular reading? Uh-oh. The Lovers. That's funny. What is the energy of the near or distant past? And when I say that, I can mean from yesterday to 6 months ago. Oh, the Two of Swords. It's a lot of air energy here. Uh-oh, a lot of air energy here. What is the unknown factor that may be coming in for this month of September into maybe October? I don't know. Wow, the Magician. Would you look at that? That's all air energy. Wow. Okay, so what is the energy of the near or distant future? Tomorrow out to 6 months? It is the Three of Pentacles. Well, that's funny because this card just came out for the fire signs in the same place. Isn't that funny? And I have 3 major arcana right down the center. Okay, and what is the overall energy of this particular reading? Well, the Wheel of Fortune. That is impressive. Now, this card, in a sense, is related to this card. This is a 10, and all 10s, all 1 cards are related to the Wheel of Fortune. And the connection is that by utilizing your willpower, okay, you can either make that wheel turn or you can fix yourself in the center of it so that if it does change, you're still going to be okay. Now, I have with me the Justice card in the center. This is, it represents the astrology is Libra, the planet Venus. Libra is ruled by Venus. And Justice is a kind of a strange card for me in the sense that basically in life we come to situations in which we have to weigh up stuff, right? This is what the scales are for. See the scales there? And we know that really no 2 substances really ever weigh the same. So we spend a lot of time balancing out things. But Justice comes in. It is a karmic card in the sense that it says that if you have hurt someone, then you're going to get your comeuppance. But yet if they have hurt you, they are going to get their comeuppance. So this is about karmic balances. But it is also the idea of, and it doesn't quite fit with the name, of being rational and reasonable. We know that when we go to court, they, decide courses by the law. and I'm going to use that loosely, right? Justice is supposed to be blind. So for some of you, this could be a legal issue, okay? But nevertheless, it still says, and even if we get the short end of the stick sometimes in life and in legal cases, justice says that that's fair and that's balanced and that justice has been served. So again, there's that karmic and secular law thing. This also has inferences into the law. It's the Jupiter card ruled by Sagittarius. So that's big karmic law. That's the biggest of all. So we have these two connections here. But then we come to the Lovers. Now, for some, the Lovers card is about a romantic relationship, in which case it is speaking about a soulmate relationship. And I always tell people, soulmate relationships can be great, but sometimes they can be really, really, really difficult because two people have decided to come back into this lifetime together to work out karma between each other. So if you hurt somebody in a past life, maybe they back to take vengeance, okay? So it's that kind of a thing. But I've also seen the card show up when it talks about two people in a relationship that they are just not harmonious. The relationship is not harmonious. They're not meant to be together. But more than anything, the Lovers represents choice. It represents choice. Okay? Balancing the masculine and feminine energies so that you can make the correct choice. So this card says to you, choices, weighing up the options are very, very important, because once you make a choice, a decision, it closes the door on one path and opens the door to another. So always make sure that whatever it is that you're choosing is something you really want to do. But I see here from the past coming in, there is something that you have been having trouble deciding on, okay, of making the choice. The twos always represent choice, options, oppositions, dualities, pros and cons, weighing up. It talks about, in terms of oppositions, should I or shouldn't I within yourself, or is someone even actively opposing you? No, I'm not going to let you do that, right? It also is somewhat of an indication that you think you don't have enough information to make a decision. But your intuition is telling you something. And the reason why I say that, see how the water is there? So sometimes this card can be about stilling your mind and your thoughts. This is what these swords represent. Maybe some information came in that was very unsettling and you don't quite know what to think about it. But your intuition is telling you something. And she has, one of her eyes is not covered. So to me, that always says you know exactly what's going on. Maybe you just haven't made a choice to do anything about it or react to it. And sometimes that's okay. All right. This card can also say that if you've had an argument or a falling out with a friend or something, or reconciliation, if you think about it, you can make amends, okay, and become friends again. But then we come to the Magician. And the Magician is really about ego and willpower and focused will, okay? He has all of the tools. See, there on the table, he has represented every suit in the tarot. And so that says that he has all of the tools that he needs to do whatever it is that he wants to do. As above, so below. So this is really about gathering your thoughts, getting your plans together, focusing your will, and focusing your attention. I've seen this card show up sometimes when somebody is about to start a new career, or they are thinking about going back to school, getting a new degree, okay? It talks about someone who is able to come in and with their skills and kind of work magic with stuff, all right? And the thing I like about the Magician card is that, if you've ever seen a magician, a really good one, he makes things look effortless. But what you never see is what he does behind the scenes. All the practice, all the study, all the things that he puts into whatever it is that he's doing to produce this illusion, this grand illusion. And then we come to the Three of Pentacles. Now, the Three of Pentacles can sometimes be an indication that there are three people involved or more than three people. It is also an indication that there can be a time of suspended events before future successes can be realized. It speaks about new business opportunities, business ventures. If you've been thinking about moving, residence, or changing jobs, or let me see, what else? If you want to renovate or remodel, if you want to join forces with someone, then that opportunity is going to be coming to you. However, the Wheel of Fortune is a 10, and the wheel says that, there's only one way the wheel can turn at one time. So if you've been down at the bottom, right, then you're going to be going up. It's also related to foreigners, imports, exports, publishing, the World Wide Web. It is actually, the World Wide Web is, I think, the third house. It speaks to philosophy, it speaks to astrology, it speaks to tarot, it speaks to higher education, foreign travel or long distance travel. And so something big is about to happen. So what I'm going to do is first give you some meanings of this card. And if I had to pick a card that I'd want to look at with the Sibyllus, it would be the Lovers. Now, I said to you there's a lot of air energy here. This is Mercury. This is Libra. This is Mercury. And if I'm not mistaken, I'll have to look at that to see what the astrology of this is, because I can't pull it up right away. Let me just go ahead and do that now. So it's a lot of air energy here. What am I looking at? Two of Swords? One second. The astrology of the Two of Swords. Actually, no. It is an Earth card. Isn't that funny? Virgo, Taurus, and Capricorn. The Earth signs. Isn't that funny? Because it's a Swords card, I automatically would think that it would be an air sign. But it represents the astrology of what we are doing now. So, let me go to the Wheel of Fortune. It's asking you to accept the ups and downs. Fate beyond human events, indicates fate and events beyond human control. It indicates good luck or the optimistic outlook that things will have a positive result. It tells of good luck, good fortune, success, and rewards, and that a change for the better is about to commence. Things are looking up from this time, so maintain faith. It may be implying that you are feeling more in control of your life. Therefore, it's a good time to plan and implement new ideas and projects. It also indicates the importance of allowing things to run their natural course. It may be telling you that things are not always governed by chance and that you have the power to change your life. When the Wheel of Fortune appears, it tells you that you are able to use your knowledge to make appropriate changes for yourself. It indicates a new direction, an unexpected change of luck, and asks that you adapt to different circumstances. Now, underneath here, when I pull this off, we see the moon. Now, we know that just 4 days ago, we had a full moon in Pisces. Is that correct? Yes. And the moon can be a time when, it's a cyclical thing, somewhat like this. So from one full moon to the next could be the timing for this. But it also represents a time when, if we're starting something new, this is about having faith, going down that path, even though we can't see our way clearly. That's what this card is about. So that means that the fears are going to come up. Psychological issues may come up. Trepidation may come up. There could be hidden undercurrents, things that we don't know, we don't see coming up. All right? And so that's what that means. Now, let me take a quick look at my moon app here. The next moon will be a new moon. And that new moon will be on the 25th, and it will be in the sign of Virgo. And then the following full moon will occur October 9th in the sign of Aries. So from moon to moon, okay, and this can play out in any way in anybody's life. This is a general reading, so in order to get any information on your specific situation does require personal reading, and you can always click on the little eye that's going to show up here, and that'll take you directly over to the website where I have lots of reading packages. So let's get back to this. What I want to do is to take a look at this Lovers card. There's just something about the Lovers that's and then I'm going to see if there's any additional information. First, let's do that with these two cards as they relate to these three major arcana cards. That's the first thing I should do. So let's go back to the Two of Swords to see if there's any additional information here. Nothing about the Two of Swords. Okay. Three of Pentacles. Well, the Three of Pentacles with the Wheel of Fortune tells you to have faith and trust in your own talents. You will find success in your endeavors. In other words, it's going to be all what you make it. Whatever you put into it is what you're going to get out of it. And this is really what the Magician is talking about. As above, so below. And to me, the fact that he has the Laminasket over his head tells me that whatever this thing is, it can be part of our nodal cycle. North node in Taurus, South node in Scorpio. Okay? Something is coming back around. Like it feels like there might be another opportunity for you coming back around. All right? That's what that says. Now, I don't know what the opportunity is or what it's about, but and maybe this is what you're having a decision, a tough time weighing up. Okay? What you should do about it. So let's take a look at the Lovers just to see what it says. Because it's really, to me, there's two cards of choice here. But this is the idea of learning the spiritual value of making choices. This is just the mental thing of doing it. Actually doing it, right? That's the third dimension. Here we go. Oh, my cards are upside down. Costanza. Perseverance. Conversazione. Conversations. And the Prigione. Quite interesting. For me, how this is reading is something that you have really just kind of stuck to for a long, long time. All right? This is typically a positive card because it says that you have the strength, the energy, the focus, the determination to just that, stick to something. I feel that this may be some kind of negotiation here. The conversation card usually portends something really positive. It could be anything really. But I'm looking at this in a sense of a negotiation. And this implies any place that people get together to sit down and talk. So this could be in a restaurant, somebody's house, in a cafe, having coffee. But the conversations can be about anything. And what is happening is that either someone is either refusing to negotiate. So this could be, again, a legal issue or a contractual issue. Because that's really what, you know, the seventh house is about. It's the house of contracts. And so this could be someone who's just can't, for whatever reason, either refuses to or they are unable to. All right. It still doesn't mean that you can't be successful at what you are doing or that you cannot move forward. I mean, you may have to do it without that person. That's what that implies to me. Okay? There may be some legalities there. There may be something in a contract that you are not aware of. And this could be what's holding up the person. But let me take a quick look what the Prigione tells us. It is the 9 of Spades. And let's see what it tells us about basically delays and setbacks that will prove to be a blessing in disguise. Legal and financial troubles will go away, and you'll even be able to find a better job. Financially, it still indicates the possibility of being conned or misled, and that of being not yet being out of the woods yet. If you question someone's trust and loyalty, then this card confirms your doubts and acts as a warning that against the person under suspicion. There is a possibility to be betrayed and or swindled. Well, there you have it. There you have it. So let's pull a card, and I hope you understood what I said. If you didn't, go back and listen. It talks about, legal troubles going away, but if there's somebody that's kind of opposing you in this, you suspect them of doing that or not being honest and truthful, then yes, that is true. Okay? And that's what the holdup is. Or maybe you held it up because something just doesn't feel right. Trust whatever your instincts are telling you. I'm telling you guys, listen, a lot of times we fall into getting into our heads and listening to what our brains are telling us when maybe our guts or we hear voices telling us or your skin's crawling. That is your intuition, and it is telling you something. And your intuition, you don't have to be psychic. You don't have to be uber spiritual. Your intuition, everybody is born with it, and you should listen to it because it will never, ever, ever steer you wrong. What happens is we ignore those feelings because we're afraid we're going to miss out on something, right? Pay attention because it says like a blessing in disguise. So listen to what your intuition is telling you, okay? And particularly under this Mercury retrograde, there will be a better time, all right? So here, it is the ivy. Now we know what ivy is all about. You can get caught up in that crap and can't get out of it, put a stranglehold on you. It says, nothing is sweeter, nothing surer than the comfort of pure friendship. Look around because a friend or someone you love will help you, support you, and will be faithful. You will be helped and favored by someone close to you. Now, I don't know what that means to anybody out there, because sometimes it could be the very person that we are hoping would be supportive and loving of us that ends up betraying us. So again, trust your instincts, okay? And if need be, go outside your circle of friends, So that is what I have for you. I hope that message helps. Until next time, be well, stay safe, and namaste.